This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store, Forged Irish Style, and ready to fight. Delighted to be joined with Mr. Just Business, Joshua Buatsi. We're about 10 days out now from a massive fight against Dan Azeez, obviously a rescheduled fight. Camp's just closing off now. How are we feeling going into this one?
Yeah, bro, I'm feeling good, man. Like you said, 10 days left, but I'm feeling very good. Looking forward to it. I'm in good spirits, and yeah. Very close, not there yet, but almost.
Fast, so go back to about the week of the 21st of October. It's obviously well documented what happened then. Dan Azeez pulling out the fight. You've spoke about it before and saying you felt some type of way about it. Is the feeling different going into this fight when it comes to Dan Azeez?
I think the feeling now is that it's been rescheduled and we're very close to it. Obviously, last time before the cancellation, we were even closer. But the feeling now is to, I hope everything goes well on both sides and we make it into that ring and we make it happen. A feeling towards Dan Azeez, look, the feeling is the same in the sense that it's someone that I do know, yeah, but it's someone that I have to beat to keep moving forward. So the feeling in that sense has been the same.
I suppose in a way there, would you consider that there's needle between the two of yourself now? There was the face-off and the diva and the crybaby comments coming from him, and yourself. I think I don't want to speak for you, but this injury has always been something that you've been sceptical of. So is there sort of feelings in that way?
I think definitely I felt a way about the injury. Of course, anyone can get injured. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean I can't feel a way about it. So I said, nah, like I don't even know how true it is, because that's the rules of it. I genuinely don't know. Is it true or not? I actually don't know. So in terms of the diva comments and stuff like that, I haven't gone to watch back what he said in that interview. It happened once, and that's when it was happening for me. But I haven't gone back to watch it to say, oh, did he say this? Did he say that? I haven't been up to date or tuning in and stuff like that. I think we're gonna fight hopefully next Saturday, so that's more what I'm focused on.
That's completely fair enough. And one thing that this fight does, especially from you both being from the same area, both from a bit of a local derby in a way, I still asked the same question to Dan Azeez, and this has an opportunity to inspire sort of a generation of boxers coming through that you can see, you two sort of slug it out and put sort of the differences aside to have a fight. Do you feel like that in a way that you can really inspire sort of a generation with this fight?
Yeah, I mean, it's for people to see that these guys are within touching distance. Like when we don't live in, I don't know, the other side of the world, we don't live in Australia or something like that. Like we are from London, southeast London, and we're able to make something positive happen. So people can look up and say, oh, these are local guys just like us, and they're making something of their lives. So, from that sense, you'd hope that they can take inspiration from it, that we're not, I don't know, we're not some gods or something. Yeah. We're very, very normal human beings, two guys, and we're just making something of our lives. So hopefully they can sit back and say, these two did it, so we can do it as well.
And when it comes to yourself, and especially in a fight like against Dan Azeez, a lot of the narrative is always, when it comes to your opponent, sometimes it's always, they had the hard road, or no. I think it was obviously used in the Azeez fight, and it was used in the Spider fight as well, and fights before. Do you feel that disrespectful in a way? Do you feel like they discredit your journey coming from GB because they had a hard road, but you had it hard as well? I think Spider talked about it. I remember when you had a face-off, Spider sort of mentioned it. Do you feel like that's sort of, is that annoying for you when they discredit the journey that you've had? Because the GB one ain't something that's easy as well. You've had your own struggles.
No, it doesn't annoy me. I think the thing is, I think you know what it is. But this is the narrative you're giving, but the boxer themselves, they know how hard it is to get on the Olympic team, to travel around the world, to fight, to win medals. They know how hard it is, and it's very hard. So when you come and you say, oh, you've had it easy, I'm like, but bro, if it was that easy, you would have gone to the Olympic team, you would have travelled the world, you would have represented the country, you would have won a medal. So yeah, I think from that point, I'm like, you know how hard it is, so why are you lying for? But look, everyone has an opinion, and each to their own. It's been a hard journey, boxing at that level is very hard, but I'm grateful I was able to get there and to do it.
And this is obviously the first fight of 2024. The one thing I think that you've probably always been a bit frustrated about is your activity. I think you'd like to be a bit more active. One fight in 2022, one fight in 2023. How much now do you want to really get the ball rolling now and try and be as active as you can? Because I'm sure it is, hindering you in a way.
Very frustrating. Very frustrating. And I think if you ask me in the last 2-3 years, I'll say the same thing. Very frustrating. But I've got this one to look forward to, and hopefully be back out straight away. So I'm being optimistic about it as always, but I've got this one to look forward to.
And when it came to moving with Boxer, that obviously did come a criticism when it comes to sort of the support that Matchroom do have. How have you found that move now? Obviously, in the fight with Azeez, you've sort of spoke about him being Team Ben. I feel like Boxer sort of you're against you. How have you sort of found that now when you look at it? And is it sort of that feeling in a way that you're sort of you're the guy that signed, but you're almost the away fighter. Everything's all stacked against you.
I mean, yeah, a lot of things hasn't been in my favour, but that's great. But we do get to settle it next Saturday, so that's cool in that aspect. There's not much to really say about it. And in terms of the move to Boxer, yeah, it was a move that I felt was right for me at the time, yeah.
I suppose one thing that we'll talk about, and we was talking about off camera, you posted a video on your Instagram this Sunday of a meeting of the son of God, Andre Ward, a legend in the game, and his influence is, I can't say anything more about it. It's very, very special. That meeting of him, I suppose him being around, what's that like for you?
No, it was great. It was good to have a unified champion in the division that I fight in come down to the gym, watch sparring, watch training, drop some gems as well. So as you know, when someone hasn't been there and they're telling you something, you listen, but it might come out the other ear. But when someone that's been there and done it says it, it stays with you, you know what I mean? So yeah, no, it was good to have him around.
And now with the move over with Virgil, training with him, what's that connection like for you where yourself, you are a man of faith and so is Virgil as well, and he's heavy on that. Do you feel like that gives that sort of extra special connection between the two of you as a trainer and a fighter?
Yeah, I mean, how it translates is that there's things that you can say to motivate me, and you can say something and you can back it up with like a fact or something, and I'm like, cool, whatever. But he knows that if he's backing it up with scriptures from the Bible or from like a point of view that he knows that I would be thinking, then it's gonna sit in a bit more and it's gonna sink in. So yeah, it helps a lot, man. And again, in times like this leading up to a fight, my faith is a very big thing to me, and it's something that I don't like shy away from. At times like this, bro, it's everything. So yeah, it helps a lot.
And having that connection with a trainer, is that an important thing? Because Virgil's had guys before, I'm not going to try and throw anyone under the bus, but he's always said about the connection that he has with you and the connection that he had with Andre. It's different to ones that you might have had with someone like Amir Khan. Is that special for you? Having the connection with that trainer, yeah, cool.
I was gonna say, bro, I haven't heard him say that, but yeah. Look, if he said it, then it's a good thing, because I highly respect him. I trust him a lot, and what he teaches, I'm a big believer in, definitely.
Yeah, and one thing I do have to ask you about, and it's obviously topical at the moment, very public that yourself and well, your legal team and Matchroom are in a legal case over the breach of contract. What is the sort of latest, if you can share anything on it?
The latest would be as much as you know is what I know, primarily because it's not something that I'm dealing with. It's a legal issue, and you can understand that means the legal teams are dealing with it. So it's something that right now, what I'm thinking about is next Saturday, bro. So I know something's going on, but like I said, as much as you know is what I know.
And when it comes to Mazhar Majeed as well, the connections that he has and the connection with yourself, do you understand why it could be a concern for the public for yourself to be dealing with someone like him?
Well, we all have friends. Like, I know a lot of people. I'm from Croydon. I know a lot of people, and also I've been self-managed from, I think 2021. I think so. If there's anyone making decisions about what I'm doing and everything, I'm self-managed, so that means it's coming down from me, right?
Is any of this a distraction for you?
Nah. Again, like I say, I'm not there reading everything or reading. Bro, if there's 100% things about me, what I might read is if someone sends me this. But if someone sends me something and it's not going to benefit me fighting on February the 3rd, more time I'll just ignore it, or I'll just read it later on. But anything now, as you can imagine, is it going to help me on February the 3rd? If it is, cool, we're going to read it, we're going to watch it, we're going to talk about it. If it's not, I don't want to hear it, yeah.
That's completely fair enough. And I suppose the last one from me, and I know you're not looking past Dan Azeez, and he is the main focus on February the 3rd, yeah. But a man that is fighting a week after you, and it's a man that whenever you hear Joshua Buatsi, his name is always linked to you. It's Anthony Yarde. We're going to expect, I'm sure, him and Tunde will be there on the fight night. And I said, I know you're looking past Dan Azeez, but it isn't something that we can't ignore that Anthony Yarde fight. That hopefully you get that on in 2024, where the fans that have all wanted to see that.
Yeah, no, it's a fight that I do genuinely wish and hope it happens this year. It's been a long time, and it's been a fight that's been discussed for many, many years. So I do think that fight should happen this year. Of course, there's things in the way, but I do hope those things can get put out of the way. We're seeing a lot of people fight each other that we never thought would fight each other. So hopefully myself and Yarde can be one of those people.
Do you feel like when it comes to the light heavyweights, it's always been you and Anthony? Because there's a lot of guys elsewhere, and that's not discrediting anyone else, guys like Callum Smith and even Dan, but yourself, whenever people talk about great domestic fights in general, not in the light heavyweight division, but in general, it's always been, if someone asks you your top three, it's always been Joshua Buatsi versus Anthony Yarde. So do you feel like that's always sort of the path will always end up crossing?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fight that people have wanted to see, so I'm not going to complain about it. It's good that there's interest in that fight, and yeah, like you said, there's no disrespect to all the other light heavies. This is just a fight that a lot of people want to see. Absolutely. Josh, just want to say thank you for taking time to speak to me. Really appreciate catching up with you. Good to catch up with you hopefully next week as well as you take on Dan Azeez, and all the best for February the 3rd, mate. Top man, appreciate it.
We need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.